Right. Welcome to the regular board meeting of the Fallbrook Union Elementary School District. I call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. and I'd like to start with a flag salute. I'd like to ask Lily Perez, who is our new Director of Expanded Learning, to lead us in the salute, please.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And now we move into our hearing session. Lopez, do we have any public comments?
We do not.
Okay, then we can move right to reports from the board. Let's start with that end. Mrs. Lieber, would you like to start?
See, I did Career Week. Mr. Favela gave us the tip of maybe we should do a PowerPoint. So we whipped out PowerPoints and never used it, but it was really a moving opportunity to engage with students, because especially in these last 2 years with not being able to get into the classroom and see the activity, you could really feel the excitement of the teachers, especially the teachers and the students, for just all being back in that classroom together. My presentation was so fun because I talked about the Constitution, because I'm a citizenship teacher, so I brought in an actual mock of the Constitution and left it with them and gave them all an American flag. This one little boy says to me, always wanted an American flag. So that was really the highlight of my week since I have been with all of you.
Well, I did the same thing. I had the honor to attend Live Oak Elementary and talk about what I do, which is multimedia digital art. So it was great to be in the classroom and talk about what it takes to get there. Yeah, so
That's right.
a lot of fun. Spring break, had a chance to take my family to the East Coast. My oldest daughter, she turned 15. She wanted to visit Salem, Massachusetts. So we made it an East Coast trip, New York trip, and it was great to learn about a lot of the history there and what happened in Salem. Yeah, really troubling period in history, but the museums we visited had us reflect on moments of persecution and scapegoating. It was very, very informative, but great experience. Yeah.
I spent a little bit of time with the second graders at the park and going through learning about ecology, and my area was sound, so they had to be quiet, which was they do not know how to be quiet, but they had so much fun and they have so much energy. And thanks, Susan, for letting me be part of that. It really was a fun experience, and I think we had 8 groups, or maybe, I don't know, something. I think 8 groups came through, and it was a beautiful day with, not too hot, and so the kids were perfect. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. Definitely.
And I also participated in a couple of career week presentations and talked to the kids about careers in wildlife science. And I did one virtual and one in person, and it was such a big difference. And it was so nice to be back with the kids in person. I had so many questions and just went on and on, because I could tell when they were interested and when they were listening, when they weren't. So it's always a stark reminder of why we want our students in their desks.
Yeah.
And I also got to go to the East Coast to see family for spring break. And it really hit me this morning coming back and seeing the kids, just a week off, and you see like everybody's grown, like 3 years like it. And I was dropping my son off at Potter this morning and saw a couple of kids going across the crosswalk. And I said, do those kids go to this school? They look like they're in high school. And my son said, well, they're 8th graders and they almost are in high school. So it's, we're really at that transition.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
It is exciting.
Awesome. Sounds like there were some great trips too. Well, I was also participating in Career Day, and my reflection on that was let me run a board meeting anytime, but talk in front of fourth graders for career day. So of course, I went to the experts. I talked to Mrs. Norby. I talked to Dr. Singh. Dr. Singh was kind enough to share a PowerPoint. I talked to Mr. Fazella, whose PowerPoint was just amazing. And I thought, okay, well, now I know what I'm not going to do. So I thought, okay, fourth graders. All right. Well, we talked about the path to finding your career. And the kind of point behind our conversation was you don't always know what you're good at. You have to try a lot of different things and learn a lot of different things, and it will surprise you. And I said, and I looked at every one of them and I said, because all of you have lots and lots of talents. You don't yet know what they all are. And so I told them a funny story. I said, so one of the important things to remember is if you try something and it doesn't work the first time or the second time, is stay with it. And, you know, it might just turn out to be great. I said, the first time I rode a bicycle, I rode it right into a street lamp. And so that didn't work out very well. The second time I rode a bicycle, someone put me on a 10-speed and I couldn't make it stop. And I went right into a lake. And the kids just loved that. She went in a lake on a bike. And I said, but you know, it turned out I really like to ride bikes and I was really good at it. And I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't stuck to it. So it was a really nice interactive. I just, from having been absolutely terrified that these kids would be so bored, they were so engaged. We just have the most amazing kids. So I'm looking forward to being able to do more of that. And I can see the difference between doing it virtual and live. So thank you for giving us that opportunity. It's been great. And the report from the superintendent.
Thank you, everyone. It's great to see you. As you know, we were closed last week for spring break, although lots of folks were still working. Lots of us were, you know, paying the bills and cleaning schools and doing those sorts of things. But as I shared with in my email to everyone yesterday, is that we only have 6 weeks of school left, which is, I say that the older I get, I think the years keep going by faster and faster, and it just really does feel like that. So 6 weeks of school. So you all know that we are in the throes of finishing 1 year, but we are well into planning and getting ready for the next. And so that's what makes this a really speedy time of year. We are hiring and interviewing and collecting applications for lots of people. And as you know, we have Dr. Husing here tonight. We're going to introduce in just a minute, which we're so pleased to do. But we're bringing lots of really wonderful people on board to our team. And it feels really, really exciting to be thinking about another school year again. So Mrs. Perez is off and running, working on our summer school planning and all the fun things we have going for expanded learning. She's going to be able to share some things about that with you in the upcoming weeks. So there's just lots of really fun things happening, but you have to live in both places. You have to live in this year right now, and then you also have to live in next year at the same time. So it's just a really fun time of year. So thank you. Lindy, that's all
Absolutely.
I have. You bet.
We have minutes of our March 28th meeting. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes? I'll make a motion. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any questions, concerns, comments? All right, let's vote on that. Mrs. Libas? Aye. Mrs. Lopez?
Aye.
Mr. Favela?
Aye.
Mrs. Lieber?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Motion carries. Minutes are approved. And now to business services.
So we have to open the public hearing, if you would, for the residential and commercial development school fees study.
All right, so we have an action item, and that is resolution number 23-21/22. And that would increase statutory school fees imposed on new residential and commercial industrial development projects pursuant to Education Code Section 17620.
We're going to start with the public hearing first.
Okay.
Do we have any cards for the public hearing? We do not.
We can
Close the public hearing.
And we can close the public hearing. And do we have a motion to approve the resolution?
I move that we approve the resolution.
Thank you. And do I have a second?
Second.
And discussion, comments, questions? Okay, we're ready for a vote. Mrs. Lopez.
Aye.
Mr. Favela.
Aye.
Mrs. Libis. Aye. Mrs. Lieber.
Aye.
And I vote aye as well, and that motion carries. Human Resources, we have a contract to review. Do I have a motion to approve the 3-year employment agreement with Dr. Kimberly Ann Husing, Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services?
I move. I second.
All righty. Any questions or comments?
Congratulations.
Yes,
Can I just say a couple things?
please do.
So Dr. Husing, as you know, you've had the opportunity to see her resume and all the background information that we've provided. We could not be more excited and honored to have Dr. Husing join our team. As you know, it's always really hard to follow someone who is as beautifully talented as they are in their job. And we're going to be celebrating this one as she gets ready to head off to her retirement. But we feel really honored that Kimberly, Dr. Husing is going to be joining our school district. So Dr. Husing, would you just introduce your family to everyone, just to make sure everyone got to, and then maybe you'd like to say just spontaneously a couple of things. Okay.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm honored to join such an amazing team of really dedicated educators, and it's the reputation of leadership and high expectations and value in children that I want to be a part of. So thank you for having me. And with that, I'll introduce my husband, Scott Husing. He is a retired major from the Marine Corps, 24 years of service, both as a enlisted and then an officer, and finished his career right on base with 2nd Battalion 4th Marines. So the opportunity for me to give back and serve military connected students is, I think, a huge honor. And then our one and only daughter, Bailey Husing. And Bailey's a senior this year, and we just learned that, well, about a month ago, we learned she was accepted at Cal Poly San Francisco and will study agricultural business in the fall. So,
Very nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Cool.
Well, we just thank you. We want to just warmly welcome you. Thank you so much. Yes, would you like to say something?
just gonna
Yes.
add, I've known Dr. Husing for many years. We were principals together, not in the same district, but in the same area. Worked very closely with Dr. Husing, and then also we were directors at the same time. So we've collaborated on a lot of things. It's just going to be a really good match for our district. Really good match.
We're excited about it.
Thank you.
Well, with that, let's take a vote. Mrs. Lieber,
Aye.
Mr. Favela,
Aye.
Mrs. Lopez.
Aye.
Mrs. Libis, aye. And I vote aye as well.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay, we have an action item, declaration of need for fully qualified educators. I have a motion to approve the declaration of need for fully qualified educators for the 2022-2023 school year. Can we make a motion? Second. Thank you. Any questions, comments? Would you like to lead the vote? Aye. Mrs. Lopez?
Aye.
Mr. Bella?
Aye.
Mrs. Lieber?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. We have another action item to approve a bilingual secretary who will be working with Lily Perez, our new director of expanded learning. And so that's very exciting. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
Thank you. And a second?
Second.
Terrific. Comments, questions?
I know she could do it by herself, but thank goodness we're giving her help.
That's right.
That's right.
That's a big job.
I was really excited to see that it's a bilingual
Mhm.
secretary, which will really help, because I would imagine that. So, do we have a ready for a vote? Lieber?
Aye.
Mr. Favela?
Aye.
Mrs. Lopez? Aye. Mr. Morris, you'd be ready to go on this
I'm
one.
2 for 2.
So good.
And so now we have two 3.92-hour campus supervisor positions. Do I have a motion to approve those positions for Potter Junior High School?
I am moved to approve.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second? Do we have any comments or?
I think it's a great idea.
I'm glad we're going with internal candidates.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny. I thought I'd go online and just look at the job description
Mhm.
and it kicked me out. It said, you're not an internal candidate.
Okay, well then, there you go.
I said,
Okay,
okay,
then.
we'll be like that.
Okay, thank you.
But no, I'm really pleased.
Very
that that's
good.
the
Yeah.
direction we're
You
going.
know, middle school, you almost can never have too many adults.
No,
around.
you cannot.
So this is, as you all know, it's so important that we have not only, obviously it's for safety and for supervision, but our interest is always in having really caring, thoughtful adults who are
Mhm.
among our kids and working with our kids. And especially now, we have, a lot of kids who having more positive adult interaction is always a positive
Right.
thing. So we appreciate your support with this.
Absolutely.
You bet.
Let's see, we do have a motion.
Mhm.
And so I think we're ready for a vote. Mrs. Lopez.
Aye.
Mr. Favela.
Aye.
Mrs. Lambert.
Aye.
Aye. And I vote aye as well, and that is approved. Educational services. So we have resolution 24-21/22, California State Preschool Program. Do we have a motion to approve that? I'll make a motion. Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any comments, questions? Okay. Mrs. Libas, your vote? Aye. Mrs. Lopez?
Aye.
Mr. Favela?
Aye.
Mrs. Lieber?
Aye.
And I vote aye as well. Resolution is approved. Can't believe we're already at the consent agenda. 16 minutes. We've never had a meeting like this.
The long ones
Mrs.
make up for it.
Mrs.
The long
Norby,
ones.
are you ready with your
With my
presentation?
presentation, I was so excited tonight. I didn't have a
You don't have one
presentation.
thing to share.
No.
But you'll make up for that in June. So don't you dare worry.
That's right. Mrs. Martin, it's not too late. You could do a presentation.
That's
already.
right.
Hearing from me
Tomorrow,
with
that's right.
Mrs. Norby.
This
so.
will be the show in
I
June, as
know.
you know.
I know. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. I second.
And thank you. Any questions or comments?
I wanted to congratulate, I saw we have 2 retirements. Ms. Chapin, who's been here longer than I have. I know she's a beloved teacher, and Miss Weeks, I got to work with her at
Wow.
Figueroa, and they're both just great
They're
teachers.
among the best, right?
Hoping maybe they'll come back and substitute.
Oh,
And I'm really happy to see all the wonderful leaders we have for the extended school year and the summer bridge program to work with spreads. A wonderful summer.
Can you make a quick comment about that, the staffing for the summer, for our summer programs, how wonderful it is right now?
I will.
We're not really supposed to be, we don't have to go into detail on
Right.
consent agenda, but let's, I just want you to
But no,
share.
we were hoping to get enough staff to teach
Mhm.
because, it's summer and it's been a busy year. And we want to offer it at almost every one of our schools, multiple ages and multiple grades. And we just kept saying, we just hope we get enough teachers to apply, and we were able to staff every position that we want to fill. We were able to staff and without even going back out a second time.
Yeah.
So that's excellent.
Awesome.
Because it's a lot of staffing
Yeah.
positions. So.
And as you know, we made some adjustments to increase people's pay.
I was gonna
Yes,
say.
oh, yes.
To honor
Yes.
people's time,
Yes.
to honor people's time, right? And it's really, it helps. And it's really important, and it makes a big difference. And we want our really highly qualified teachers fulfilling these positions. So we're really proud of that. So we're excited. So it's all rolling together.
Were all of our positions filled from in-house? or did we
Yes,
hire
either,
from
either with our teachers or maybe we have some subs on a wait list now, I think, right?
You talking about administrators or?
For
for
teachers.
Oh, for teachers. So far, we're in-house.
Yeah.
We're in-house.
I think it says so much about our teachers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
how much
yeah.
they care.
They want to step
Want
up.
to work with their kids.
Yeah, that they
Mhm.
want to work. I've heard some of the teachers say, we just really like the opportunity to get to know some of the kids that are coming in the next fall. It helps them.
Yeah.
And, they do have such demanding jobs during the year, and then to sign on for this extra. It's wonderful. Wonderful. All right, are we ready for a vote? Mrs. Lieber,
Aye.
Mr. Favela,
Aye.
Mrs. Lopez. Aye. Mrs. Libas. Aye. And I vote aye as well. The consent agenda carries. Now, we're at the end of our meeting. Do we have any discussion, any future agenda items for consideration?
Not a future agenda item, but I have a question.
Sure.
Is this the appropriate place?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Just curious, did we get candidates for the internship program?
Oh, yes. would you like to talk about it, Mr.
I would
Morris?
love
It's
to.
so exciting.
I would love to. We closed it Friday night and we have 21 applicants right now. So we've gone through, we're paper screening right now on them and there's just tremendous, strong people all the way through. I want to say our interviews are a week, not next week, a week. Well, no, the next Tuesday, next Tuesday. So we should be inviting candidates by Wednesday of this week, if not tomorrow afternoon. So it looks really good.
Oh, good.
That is very, very exciting.
All in-district people, all subs or classified.
Nice, wonderful. That's great. I've been talking a lot about it to folks, you know, just, and there's such high interest in doing it. You don't see this a lot right now. I think we'll start to see more and more of these kinds of strategies, right, to grow our teacher pipeline.
Yes.
But it's exciting, really out in front and innovative. So we're feeling really great about it.
So out of those 21, 10 will be chosen. for the program?
Well, we're whittling it down to the actual interviews, how many will be interviewed. And so, and then out of those, we'll pick select 10.
Remember how unique the position is because they have to be folks who have super strong recommendation from their principal and their teacher, have had lots of very solid, successful experience in the classroom already. Remember when we first talked about this, it's a very unique position because it's going to be someone who, you know, is going to be partnered with another teacher, but they have to have lots of solid, successful experiences already. So of all those people, it may be that our goal is to fill 10, but we won't just fill 10 unless they're all really qualified. If we don't get to the 10, then we'll work with Laverne and then they'll help us, you know, get to the 10 that we need to. But everyone needs to be really highly qualified to be in the job. So we'll see how it goes.
I'm glad you asked that question.
And we'll keep you posted. I'll put more information in our weekly update too about it.
Very exciting,
Awesome.
terrific response.
Very good.
Well, with that, our meeting is closed at 6:24 PM.
6:24.
Dang.